Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for being here. And allow me at the outset to thank the Arab group for their relentless efforts over the last 20 months. I think at this point the situation does not need more description. It's enough to say Gaza for everybody to understand the human tragedy unfolding before our eyes, the constant bombardments against the population who has nowhere to flee, the dispersion, the displacement, the killing, the starvation, and the killing of children, and the starving of children. So we need to know what we are talking about. There is international outrage, but our outrage is not good enough. It's not good enough for the people of Gaza to know that the world condemns Israel's action, condemns these crimes, stands against them. We need actions. This is the responsibility of the Security Council, and we call on the Security Council to act as an Arab group. But this is also the responsibility of the other bodies of the United Nations. It's the responsibility also of the General Assembly. And it's the responsibility of all states to take the requisite actions, decisive actions, that deter Israel from continuing on this course. Our demands are clear, they are simple, they are aligned with international law, and honestly, with the bare minimum of human decency. We demand an immediate ceasefire, and here allow me to commend Egypt and Qatar, who are standing beside us, for all the efforts they have done in coordination with the US administration in trying to secure such a ceasefire. And we want to see in that context the implementation, the full implementation of Resolution 2735 of this very Council, which foresees an end to the bloodshed, release of hostages and prisoners, the massive entry of humanitarian aid, and the full withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza. And that should be the foundational rock on which we can build further an end to the assault against the Palestinian people throughout the occupied Palestinian territory. What we've seen, these scenes of displacement and killing in the West Bank, the breach of the sacredness of our holy sites, all these attacks have to cease. And Israel needs to understand it is not through massacres that they will achieve anything. We are confronted with an attempt to liquidate the Palestinian question by force, to end the Palestinian people and to end the Palestinian cause. And that attempt will not be successful. But we also, while Israeli government tries to portray the Palestinians as monsters, as human animals, which Netanyahu repeated again, we cannot also expect Palestinians to be superheroes, that they need to resist to all of this on their own, that they need to figure out a way to survive, that they need to figure out to stay in their land. Israel wants to convince them that if they want life, they can only find it away from their land. Our responsibility, our collective responsibility, is to help our people find life and liberty in their own homeland. And the second clear demand is the entry of humanitarian aid. It's impossible that 20 months later and 2 months after a total blockade, we are still talking about this. But Israel, after having used all the weapons of war, now weaponized starvation, now is weaponizing the distribution of aid to fulfill its objectives of displacing the Palestinian people, of stealing their land. We have a UN plan that we stand behind that provides all the requirements to provide aid to the people and deliver it throughout the Gaza Strip, while providing all the safeguards that are required. There is no explanation to why we would need a different mechanism, except that we want to prevent people throughout the Gaza Strip from receiving the aid they desperately need. These are our asks, and they are very clear.